Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about setting priorities and how to manage your time with those priority parameters that you set, and how to not get overwhelmed but still have a work-life balance. It's so important because after all, we really should be working to live. We shouldn't let our businesses overtake us and become the priorities. I think we need priorities in our businesses, but I think we need to have that balance. I think it's so important. And recently I was listening to a podcast with Michelle Obama, who I think often has some really wise words. And what she said was, when she was First Lady, I was envisioning that when she was First Lady, she had no control over her schedule and people just filled it up and she just went where she needed to go. But no, that's not what she did. What she did was she said, put yourself on your schedule first. That was a quote from her podcast. And what she meant by that was she would take her schedule, she would put in all her non-negotiables, she put in her workout time, she put in her kids' activities, she put all those things in first, and then she let her people fill in the rest with her duties and what she needed to get done. And that was her non-negotiables, was that she needed to have that balance. She needed to have that time where she wasn't fitting her kids into her schedule. Her kids were on her schedule and they were her priority first before all of her First Lady duties, which I think is amazing. And I think that we can learn a lot from that. I think that if you take the time once a week, I highly recommend you take a Sunday night is a great time to sit down, look at your calendar, whether it's a paper calendar or a calendar on the computer. I love using Google Calendars. Sit there and you schedule your time. If you have kids, schedule their activities in there. If you are an active person, schedule in your workouts, schedule in your hikes, schedule in your daily non-negotiables. Do that first, and then I think you'll see you'll still have a ton of time every day to fit in your client work, your client calls, your writing time, your social media time, anything that you need to put in there. You'll have a better idea of how much realistically you can do. And based on those priorities, I think that it's super possible to do life and work, make it all happen, and not to feel overwhelmed and still feel like life can be a priority. I can't say that word, as it should be, as it really should be. And I think the key to that is not just kind of going through your week willy-nilly and trying to fit it all in. Be intentional. Know what those priorities are, know what those non-negotiables are, and set them. And set your week, set your schedule, and know that everything's going to be okay. You have time for your schedule, for clients, and for everything else. So anyways, I hope that helped. I hope that if you have questions about how to be more intentional, how to set up your calendar, how to